this is a good investment. A car is a bad investment because
It
you
is.
know. But
Yeah.
my question right here is, if you do a big investment, for example, you have a nice setup in your backyard. So it is a good when you want to sell, it is a good choice, good decision, or what do you think?
Welcome to the Real TFC podcast, where we educate and give different perspectives on the local real estate trends from business owners, professionals, and others as we navigate the ever-changing world of real estate. I'm your host, Chris, joined by my co-host, Michelle, as we dive into the twists and turns of the complex real estate world. How you doing today, Michelle?
I'm doing well.
Yeah? You enjoying the beautiful weather?
Of course.
Okay.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. Great. Well, hey, I've got something going on at my house, and I want to ask you, do you have any projects going on, backyard, inside the house?
Yeah, we've pretty much completed all we're doing for now.
Oh, well, that must be nice. I feel like I've always got something
Yeah.
going on.
Well, yeah.
Repairs or remodels, but no. So out in our backyard, we're looking to get this project going, and search around for contractors. Being in the real estate world, we know quite a few, but you kind of narrow it down to the ones that are professional, and I've gotten several that I think are, it's important that they have their contractor's license, right?
Right, exactly.
And if obviously insured. And I think also having a relationship with them, that they feel a little bit of passion about what they do, and want to take care of you as if they were building in their own property. Well, I think we're going to have a guest that comes on today, and I think he hits all those points that what I'm talking about, that he's working on an estimate for the project I got coming up, and very professional, and he's very passionate about what he does. So I think we should welcome him to the show.
Okay, that sounds good. I look forward to talking with him.
All right, great. Let's bring him on. All right, welcome to the show. We got Hugo Perez next to me here. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for the invite.
No, thanks for coming here. It's an honor for you to be here for us. And so before we dig into some of the details here about what you do and your business and what we're going to learn about today, tell us a little bit about yourself.
But I'm Hugo Perez. I'm 34 years old. I'm about to be 35. Feel
Still
old.
young.
I feel old, man. I feel old every day. But yeah, so I'm married, so
Okay.
I have two children.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And what are their ages?
I got one is 3 years old, but
Okay.
it's about to turn 4. He
man.
actually born the same day they are born, so
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, he stole my birthday away.
Yeah, it's never about you anymore.
Yeah, no, all the presents there for him.
There you go.
But, and I
There you
have
go.
a 1 year old, and a year old, on 3 months. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Appreciate
So
it.
where are you from? What brought you to the area?
Yeah, I'm original from Mexico, so I'm
Okay.
from Jalisco, and I've been living here in Steven City since I married in 2017.
Okay.
But I lived in Alexandria before, for a year, and I
Yeah.
lived in Maryland for 2 years,
Yeah.
and I grew up in California.
Oh, man, you've been all over.
All over the place, man.
You settled down here. Great.
Yeah, I love Virginia, so I like it here.
Well, great. Okay, so now let's talk about, the important stuff. I mean, what do you do? I know you started your own business. Tell us the name of the business, and maybe why you got into that business, and how's it going, of course.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be in my business for 3 years.
Okay.
So I started my business in 2020, 21, 22.
Yep. What's the name of it? What do you?
My name is, you can see it right there, is Potros Construction.
Okay, I was going to say it, but I didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my name is my company name is Potros Constructions. We focus on doing other living spaces like
Yeah.
decks, patios, porches.
Awesome.
So all of that. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, do you focus on anything else, or what? Let's back up a little bit. What made you want to get into? Because you were in construction before that, but now you've started your own business. What made you want to start your own?
Yeah, I've been in construction half of my life. I
Yeah.
started working when I was 17 years old, about to turn 18. So that's when I started working. And half of my life, I've been working in construction in different companies, different areas. I was working in commercial construction, on residential. So what made me make my business is it's a long story, but you always want something better for your family the whole time,
Yeah.
But we have every person have different I don't know how to say it, but the point is, at one point, like I was like kind of lost. I was looking,
Yeah.
oh, what I gonna do? I have to do something better because when my wife was pregnant, I was working in commercial construction, when COVID hit. So
It messed everybody up.
yeah, I missed every. Some people do really good when
Yeah.
COVID, but that was not the case for us. Actually, we have already loan for buy our house and things like that,
Yeah.
and all the dreams disappeared after COVID because I was working in commercial, and most of the time it was like a 40, 50 people on the same project, and I make a decision that I don't want to put my wife's life in danger, and of course my baby either. So I don't quit at the time. So I just take some time off, and all my savings. Man, I don't work for 4 months, like close to 5. You know
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah, it goes
So,
quick.
Yeah. So, but at the point when I like made me realize, and when I do the changes when my first son's born,
Yeah.
and my wife, they only give my wife was she was working on the Winchester Hospital at the moment. So they only give it like 2 months vacations or whatever you want to call it for take
While
care
she
of
was
the baby.
pregnant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So, and we have to leave my baby on the daycare, and my wife
Yeah.
started crying, and that hit me really deep.
Yeah. Well, that's expensive too. And daycare is not cheap.
Yeah, it was expensive, but that's when like the point that I break like totally.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I was not enough man like
Yeah.
to provide for my family, and that's when I start doing changes, and everything's worked out, and now I have my own business.
Yeah, no, you're doing great,
that's
and I,
great.
and I think it's an attribute to why you started your own business. I mean, what you just described talks about like your passion of wanting to be successful because of that desire of providing for your family. I think that's important. Real estate agents, sometimes they get into real estate. Oh, I want to make a lot of money. Okay, that's great, but you really need to find your why. You got to have that desire, that passion. If you have that desire and passion, you're going to be successful. And I think you've hit that point to where you found why you're doing what you're doing, and that's to provide for your wife, your family, your kids. So that's awesome, man. It's a great story. And we've had several folks that come on here, and you hear that story about why they're so passionate. And I think that's why they're so successful, I should say, is because they're so passionate and have a deep desire to provide for something that's so close to them. So
Yeah, and also the if you love what you do, it's a
Yeah.
game changer too. Because
well, I'm
That's
surprised
true.
you love construction. That's a tough one to love.
yeah, like, I love like other because like I say I work in commercial,
Yeah.
but I don't like commercial at all.
Yeah.
It's a good money right there, but I don't feel it. Like if you do something that, for example, I love like go to transform completely like
Yeah.
a backyard. I love the feeling, and I love my community too. Like that's the reason that we've been doing good too, because we take care of our customers. We know like if you're gonna do a project outside or whatever project you have, like even if you've been saving for a while, or even if you got the money, so if you hire a professional, you're looking for professional results. So that's what another reason that we start business too.
Yeah.
We're gonna help our community.
Right. And, here at Real TFC, we focus a lot on relationships with our clients and customers. And it sounds like you're kind of on the same track as we are. So that's great. So I know you talked a lot about, doing stuff in the backyard like decks and patios. Anything else that you want to mention that you can, that you work on, that you can do from a construction company, or is it pretty much limitless that you have access to do a lot of different things?
Yeah, we can do like inside remodel, but to be honest, at the moment we just focus on
Focus on
other
Yeah.
focus on other living spaces.
Yeah. So like decks and
Patios.
patios.
Patios. They can be paved. They can be concrete.
Yeah. Okay. And pavilions. I
Pavilions,
had Hugo came out and he's working on an estimate for me as well for something
okay.
we're doing at our house. So looking forward to that. So what areas are you willing to go to for your customers?
Yeah, we normally travel like around Winchester's areas, but
Sure.
we travel like if it's less than 2 hours, we're okay with that. But if it's more than that, like,
Yeah.
but we normally work with Virginia and West Virginia for the moment. Not in Maryland, not yet.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's a long drive.
Yeah.
Going all the way to Maryland. So let's talk about your process. I know you're pretty passionate about your process. When a customer contacts you, what are some of the steps that it's going to look like? Like if I called you and said, Hugo, hey, I want a deck put on, what are some of the steps that you go through? Because I know you've got a pretty in-depth process.
Yeah, we have a pretty in-depth process. And the reason that we have that process is because we're gonna be on the same page with the customer the whole time since day one to the end of the project. So the process is like most of my customers, they reach out for Facebook. We're doing ads on Facebook.
Right. I see those.
So the first contact, of course, like they send me a DM. We collect the after we have the phone number. So we contact between before 20, like between the moment they give us like between 24
About 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we call them, asking a couple questions before, like try to know them a little bit. That way, when we get there, it looks more familiar.
Yeah.
So we schedule an appointment, and in that appointment, the main purpose for that appointment is to get started with the 3D design process. So we build a design for your project, like a 3D design. They're gonna allow you to see your final product before we even start.
Yeah.
And we can do changes into the design. So let's say we move forward. That's the phase one. Start with the 3D design process, and we have another phase. There will be like another meeting, but that one will be a Zoom call. And on that Zoom call, we go over the design. We do changes. If you don't like what you see, my design team put together for you guys. So we do changes there, and those changes don't want to cost money. That's the reason of the design. And after that, if everything is okay, you're completely happy with the 3D design, we move to phase 3. There will be like we want to have another meeting, but that will be in person. So I show up to your house, and I'm going to bring samples of the material we want to use, even if it's deck. So we're going to bring samples, like it is a lot of different options. It's trash, timber tech, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring you samples, and that way you can pick it up, which color, which kind of material you want, and railing, if it's pavers, different pavers. And you can still do changes on the third meeting, but after that, you can still do more changes if you want, but that's going to cost you money, because after the third meeting, we're going to order materials, pull permits, all the stuff. And that's when, like I said, we have all this system. That way we are on the same page the whole time, because you can visualize something so different that I can visualize,
Yeah. No, I mean, Michelle, I think if that's pretty cool with the 3D design that he's talking about, because, I mean, you can.
It is. You can actually visualize.
Yeah, because I can't.
How it's going to turn out. Yeah.
I can't look at a blank slate of grass and visualize what a deck or a patio is going to look like. Now, my wife, probably on the other hand, she's much better at that than I am. That's why she picks out all the material, because I just can't visualize it. So having something like that for someone like me is huge, being able to see it. And it's really cool that you can make those changes. And I'm sure it's important, especially when it comes to construction and ordering materials, that everyone's on the same page right out from the beginning. Because, I mean, you order the wrong thing and it just becomes a nightmare for everybody. So I think that's awesome. Now, you're talking about material. I mean, we can talk about the economy until we're blue in the face, but we know material has gone up in prices. Do you see the costs? I believe they've cooled off, like since around the COVID days. But what are you seeing, or what do you think will happen with prices kind of going forward? Any thoughts on that?
To be honest, I don't see they're coming down.
Right.
Yeah. They probably want to. The only good thing they probably can happen is to stay on where they are right now. But
yeah, that's kind of where I think we're at as well. House prices are kind of the same way, where they've been still going up, but I'm seeing reports now that with a little bit more inventory coming in, there's a lot more houses for sale. That might be up for a challenge here in the longer term.
Do you still is there still issues with getting materials? Because I know for a while it was really difficult.
Yeah, no, not really. To be honest, the issue right now, sometimes homeowners, they have an idea of the material, but some homeowners does it. And sometimes when you bring the quote, so they go, oh, damn, it's too expensive. Well, the problem is like material is really, really expensive. Like, it is crazy expensive, like, to be honest. But sometimes, like, I tell to my customers, because we offer financial as well.
Okay.
So we have that on the table too, because like.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah, like that way. The reason that we have a new cars is because we can do payments. Same thing with if you're gonna do a big project in your backyard, so it's gonna be a big investment.
So it could be accessible to
like,
everybody. Then
some people tell me, but I don't want to pay interest rate, and that's what I tell them. Like, to be honest with you, and of course I want the project, but I want to help you too. I'm here to help you. So, but if you want, some people say, I don't want to pay, I should have waited. But believe me, if you wait, you're going to pay less than if you do financial, the wait for another year. Because probably the material stay on the same, but labor prices go up every year.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna challenge you here. This is a real estate podcast, right? And we're talking a lot about construction and real estate. But could I ask you what is your opinion on where the real estate market is? From your perspective, because you're in a lot of the remodeling and construction, where we're on the sales side of it. What do you think of the real estate market right now?
To be honest, I want to buy my house next year.
Yeah.
But even if it's this year, I pull the trigger right now.
Yeah.
Because it is where I don't know about, I don't know much about realtor. All the things that I know is because I asked you.
Yeah.
You're my friend. But in my opinion, if I got the money today, if you're ready to buy, I buy today.
Yeah.
Because some people, they want to wait for their interest to go down.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen? When the interest go down, the price is going to go up.
Exactly.
So they work together the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I think what they were trying to do is interest rates go up and try to bring down home prices, but that didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to.
No makes sense.
Yeah, it's not. We're in a strange realm right now.
But I would like to ask you a question, because one of my customers they always ask me this.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell them. Like, sometimes the people see, like, for example, do a patio on deck. It's gonna be a big investment. Sometimes that I'll tell my customer, this is a good investment for many reasons. You're going to enjoy it with your family. You're going to spend a lot of good time with your kids. And you told me something really deep the other day. Our children, they're not going to be there for, we only have them for like 15 years. And after that, they start going to college or living their own life.
Yep.
So that's what I tell this is a good investment. A car is a bad investment, because but my question right here is, if you do a big investment, for example, you have a nice setup in your backyard. So it is a good, when you want to sell, it is a good choice, good decision, or what do you think?
No, well, so you're talking about like patios and decks and stuff. I would say absolutely. That's because you're expanding the not living space per se, but you're expanding the ability to like entertain on a back porch versus you're going out and it's just grass. But just the curb appeal of the visualization of seeing the deck or a back porch, and like I said, now you've created more. I won't say interior living space, but exterior living space that you can enjoy, like grill on and just sit and watch the sunset, those kind of things. Absolutely. Now, are you getting dollar for dollar for your investment? No, you're not. I don't know that there's much out there that when you remodel a house that you're getting dollar for dollar. I mean, they always say in real estate, the kitchen is usually one of the best places to remodel. But that's also debatable because it depends on, what it looks like. You can fix it up, but it may not look real well. So absolutely, I think that definitely brings value, because you think of a sliding glass door where it has the boards across it so you can't go out it. It's just kind of like, what's the purpose of the sliding glass door? Well, you add a deck on it, so now you've opened up that, that transition. I can go outside and enjoy being outside.
Yeah, I think more families also are when they're looking at homes, they're looking for this outdoor living space, entertaining space, because I think more families are staying at home and doing more things at home than they used to because of the economy.
100%. And that's why in my backyard, I'm trying to make it so I don't have to spend a lot on going vacations. I can just go out in my backyard and put on some music and just close my eyes and pretend I'm somewhere. But the other thing is if you can open that door and get your kids outside, you can stay inside where now it's nice and quiet. That's worth it too, I would say.
I think that's worth more than vacation.
Exactly. So hopefully that answers your question, and for listeners out there as well. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit, talk about you being the entrepreneur that you are, and you've been having a lot of success with getting customers and growing your business. That's what we're in the business of doing, is getting customers and growing our business. Any advice that's been successful for you? I know you mentioned doing some Facebook ads, and it sounds like it's been pretty successful. Any recommendations of other entrepreneurs of what they could do to get customers and grow their business?
Yeah, my my biggest advice will be like invest in yourself.
Okay.
It's something that I've been working for me mentally, you know.
Like you have a mentor that you've
Yeah.
invested in, right?
Yeah, I have a mentor, and to be honest, it's been a before and after for
Yeah,
me,
that's
and
awesome.
overall, it's only like not only in my business, in personal life too, you know, because being an entrepreneur, like you can talk like you've been in this business for a while, you too, and it's not easy. It's
not.
looks like probably like when someone has the taste, you can see like they're living better and things like that, but it's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of time. So we have children. Sometimes we don't see them, we don't play with them when we want it, and also for our wives too. And shout out to my wife because she's the foundation of my family. Without her, it was not possible. Ben, it's only the beginning for me, but without my wife, that would be impossible.
No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Again, I can just hear the passion. So any of your jobs that you would say that you'd like to talk about that might be memorable or just super challenging or successful that you'd like to mention?
Yeah, it's been, man. I can talk the whole day for all of the stories, but
We can edit it out.
yeah. But to be honest, every job is special because, like I say, right now I'm working and grow up my name, you know,
Yeah.
my branch and all this stuff. Like, and I appreciate every opportunity, you know, no matter the size of the job, no matter if it is a big job, a small job. Like it's the use the reason that people believe in you, believe in your passion, believe in your goals, and they open the door of the house, you know,
Yeah.
to that way you can enter and give you the shot. It is really special for me, and we try, like I say, when I say every time when I work with a new customer, I say welcome to the family, and I really mean it, you know, because I would
Yeah.
take care of them like a family.
Yeah, no, that's great. Now, if someone were to get in touch with you and say, "Hey, all right, Hugo, I want to get this. Let's go. Let's get this project started." I know a lot of contractors are busy these days. You know, what kind of time frame or how far out are you?
Yeah, right now every project that is coming. So, for example, when we start the process of the 3D design, we already like secure like one space on a calendar.
Yeah.
It's not like it's impossible to tell me like which day before we apply for permits, but we know like because the 3D design have a fee, right?
Right.
But that money go back credit to your own payment.
Right.
But if it's someone invested in 3D design, it is pretty sure they're gonna go with you. So we already secured that spot. But right now we're talking about like September.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
the last week, August, September, something like that.
So just to reiterate, when someone pays for that 3D design and gets through that money isn't just gone. It'll once they get the job going, that gets applied to the job cost.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
very
because they take me like a 7 to 14 days
Yeah,
to
I'm
create
sure it's
the
a lot.
design. And to be honest, if I cut all my overhead and everything, all that I pay for my designers, I don't see the money.
Yeah.
So the purpose for the 3D design on the whole thing is like to make sure that you're gonna get what you expected. Because you build your house from zero, you know? How are you gonna build it without plans?
Yeah. No, we
Like-
had to have plans.
Yeah, you have to have the plans too.
Yeah.
And
And
also,
we paid for those.
Yeah, and also forget the estimate. Like if I don't have the plans, how am I gonna give you an accurate estimate?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's all part of the professional, I think, service that you're providing. So I definitely see where you're coming from there. So, all right, Hugo, if someone wanted to reach out to you to get an estimate or to get an idea of, what a 3D design would look like, how would they get in touch with you?
So they can find us in Facebook. We are like a Potros Construction LLC.
Okay.
And also we have Instagram. So on Instagram we are like a Potros Decks.
Yeah.
So we have TikTok as well. So we have
Of course, you got to have it all these days.
So we got Potros Construction on TikTok.
Yeah.
And also we have our websites, potrosconstruction.com,
Yeah.
potrosconstructionllc.com.
Okay.
That's our website.
Yeah, no, I mean, I see you on Facebook and I see you on TikTok, live videos. I keep it up, man. I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And I definitely have to, thank you for coming on to the show.
No, thanks for the invite. And like I say, I'm so happy to be here. So glad to be here and build a relationship with you guys. We're already friends on soccer.
Yeah,
That I
met
beat
him
you in soccer, but
yeah, we just gotta get him back out onto the field. This guy's too good not to be on the field.
yeah, right now it's like too much, two babies
Yeah,
and the
we're getting
business
old.
going on, and we're getting old too. But it's a blessing to be here, and thanks for the invite.
Okay, thanks, Hugo. All right, and thanks for tuning in to the Real TFC podcast. The key to success is knowledge and relationships. So please like, share, and subscribe, and catch you on the next episode of the Real TFC podcast.